Jim, it's another point on the board, but again, the overriding feeling must be massive frustration.
Yeah, I mean, we're not satisfied with the point at all. First 45 was as poor a performance as I've seen for a long time. We looked a shadow of the team that we were in the first 45 against Dundee last weekend. In saying that, we almost got off to the perfect start. You know, right from kick-off, Miller-Thompson aggressive with the press. The ball breaks kindly to Yort, and you know, we miss a sitter from a couple of yards out. Thereafter, I thought for 5 minutes after that particular incident, we actually done okay. We, you know, managed to find our wing backs in good space and managed to get them on the ball. But from about the 10th minute onwards, you know, we were really poor in that opening half of football. Ross County controlled pretty much all of it, and we found it very hard to get up the pitch. Made a slight tweak to the system in the second half, and I thought we were much better. I thought the reaction in the second half was exactly what was needed. You know, it couldn't have been any worse than what it was in the first 45 minutes. I thought deservedly then got ourselves in front, and at that moment then, you know, I thought we were really on top and controlling the game. Spent most of it in the Ross County territory. And then you get into those dying moments of the game and you've just got to see the game out. And, you know, if I was standing here and we won the game 1-0, would I be thinking that it was deserved? Probably not, because we were extremely fortunate to go in at half-time at 0-0. And, you know, Jack Walton makes a brilliant save from the penalty, made amends for the mistake prior to it. But to get so late in the game, to have hung on the way that we did, to have defended the way that we did in the second half, you know, the mix-up for that long ball is something that we need to do better at. It's a simple.
Where do you feel the issues did lie in the first half, and how did you tweak it on the back of that?
We weren't as aggressive in our press as what we were last weekend. You know, credit to Ross County, they changed the system that they've you know, been quite consistent with all pre-season, and obviously we can only analyse the previous games and try and predict what way they're going to go. They changed from a 3-5-2 to a back four, and had the extra man in the middle of the park, and we had to change that with about 10 minutes to go in the first half and push. Asked Craig Sybil to sit that little bit deeper, and we put Miller-Thompson inside to help them out. And then at half-time, obviously we moved Vichko into that holding midfield role, and I thought he was excellent in the second half. You know, he won all his headers, won all the battles, kept it nice and simple, and yeah, just that one moment of poor decision making in the 5th minute of added on time has cost us a valuable 3 points.
It probably makes it even more galling that the fact that we didn't try and sit back and protect that 1 goal lead after we did score, that we've let it slip at the end.
Yeah, I mean, look, we were trying to go for the second. Obviously in the last, you know, when the fourth official puts up 7 minutes, you know, subconsciously the players on the park are just trying to, you know, see the game out at that point. You know, we certainly weren't, you know, resting on our laurels at 1-0. We were trying to go and get the second one and trying to kill the game off, and I thought we got into some good areas. I just thought we were a little bit untidy at times today when we did get into the final third. You know, I thought Will Ferry, in fairness to Will, I thought he was outstanding all afternoon and got up and down the left-hand side of the pitch and caused real problems. We scored a really good goal. You know, David, good composure. The cutback was really good as well. We recognised that there's space there in that area, the penalty box, but the goal that we concede is just so disappointing. And you know, we know when you make those kind of mistakes at this level, you tend to get punished. Whereas maybe last year we might have got away with 1 or 2 of them, but this year you're going to get punished, and we have to learn pretty quickly.
Does the fact that we were better in the second half this week show that there's been an improvement in the fitness levels that you were saying you were wanting after last week's game?
Yeah, I mean, look, the fitness of the players is quite good right now. I think we've had a very good pre-season. Obviously we've got a few latecomers to the group who are trying to catch up, the likes of Odada and Meshach and 1 or 2 others, but you know, not going to use that as an excuse. I think the players are working extremely hard and are doing all they can to make sure that they get to the required fitness levels, but you know, we can't afford to have a 45 minutes like we did in the first half. You know, you can't give good opposition in the Premiership that time and space, because you know, with the greatest of respect to Ross County, I think against stiffer opposition today we could find ourselves with a heavy defeat at half time. So you know, we've got to learn from it. We've got to do it quickly. we're looking back on last weekend even, and you're thinking, we've dropped 2 points given the chances that we had at 2-1, and then kill ourselves with the penalty, and then today here 1-0 up with 2.5 minutes of time to play, and we shoot ourselves in the foot again. So yes, we're unbeaten in 2 games, and this is a difficult venue to come to. Ross County have only lost 1 of their previous 11 games here, so we knew it was going to be difficult. We know they're a well organised team, but it's small margins, the difference between sitting on 6 points now after 2 victories and only sitting on 2.